This half hour is an instructional guide to my signature massage. This is to show how detailed my kind of massage is. This type of massage is like taking a toothbrush to a semi or hand waxing a 40-foot boat. It is taking your thumbs and combing through their muscles like a one-tooth comb. Notice my hands throughout. Both hands combined, supporting thumb is best. This gives you more strength, stability, and focus. Notice the pressure that I use. Always be aware of how your horse responds to make sure you don't hurt them. Notice that I slow down my techniques when I come to an area that needs work on. This deepens the technique without harming the horse. Always be gentle with them and they will respond with delight. Starting with left shoulder is part greeting and to let the horse know what to expect. Work the shoulder area where you can reach thumb width by thumb width, feeling for small and large knots and adhesions. The knots will feel like small bumps and lumps within the muscle. It will feel like they are melting as you go slowly through the area. The adhesions will feel like a thickness in the muscle that smooths out as you go through. Rib cage next. When the rib cage is massaged in this way, it addresses the restrictions between their ribs so they can slightly expand, giving the horse a deeper breath, like an extra breath. The extra breath, every 5 to 6 breaths, gives them more energy, stamina, strength, focus, confidence, and the ability to do more with ease. A full massage like this in a racehorse could mean the difference between first and second place. They can now win that competition or have a much better chance. The average horse owner can, at the very least, massage their horse's shoulders, making sure what you do on one side, you repeat on the other to even things out. Their horse will love it, become closer to them, and know that they are cared for even more. Even this little bit means quite a lot to them. Notice how my hands support each other, my thumb being the tool of choice. I can feel where the knots and adhesions are to clear them slowly, like a wave in the water, through the fibers of each muscle. Hip being specific to the muscles and ligaments around the bone structure, where the back part of the saddle is, and the pressure points this creates. Pressure points are created by the weight of the saddle and rider, how long the saddle is worn, how often the horse is ridden, how the saddle fits. These are all just a part of this. Now the rub down to bring in more circulation to the area to clear the debris that I have cleared from within the knots and adhesions. This will be further carried away by the horse's lymph and circulatory system, which strengthens the health of the horse. Notice the specific work around the hip bone structure, spine, and saddle area. Sometimes the horse will tip their hip towards you so that you can reach better, and this changes the muscle structure so you can clear and rub out more knots and adhesions. Back leg. This horse jumps, English saddle, so his back legs have more knots and adhesions within them. He favors his right side more, so there are more issues there, as you will see. Their legs are like a second heart, pumping blood throughout their body by the contraction of their muscles. When these areas are addressed, this quickens the circulation. More oxygen and nutrients reach these areas, giving them quicker recovery, energy, strength, and stamina. They will be able to run faster and jump with ease. I am well aware that this is the first massage for this horse. He is very calm and standing still, making sure he doesn't step on me. It is quiet in the barn, nothing to startle him. Always be aware of what is going around you and the horse. Always be aware that the horse can move. Make sure you can move out of their way if need be. It is best to work where you can reach on one side, shoulders, rib cage, and hindquarters. Then come back around the front to the other, shoulder, rib cage, and hindquarters. By that time it will be safer to work the top by standing on a stable ladder, starting at the shoulders again and work your way back. I am slowing my techniques to go deeper into his muscles without harming him. At the lower portion of his leg, this shows the detail, thumb width by thumb width, very slowly through each muscle fiber. More attention is being paid around joints and bone structures. Finishing techniques with rub down and patting further relaxes the horse. Notice how close I am to his legs, how he is responding, lowering his head, falling asleep, not moving, and slightly wobbly. Back area by his tail, he has stiffness there, tiny knots and adhesions, so I am on a stable chair working on the top. The knots in this area feel like small pebbles that melt as I go through, like parting hair, only you're parting the muscle instead. His spine by his rib cage, where the saddle rests, usually has more to work out, due to the pressure points from the weight of the saddle, the rider, how long the horse works, what kind of sport, such as running, English, or Western. This type of massage is muscle specific and very detailed, covering the entire horse. The massage itself quickens their circulation through the entire body. As you work, the horse will respond, letting you know when you've reached spots to be worked on more than others. The attitude of the horse will change. They know that you are there to make them feel better and heal them. This is a well-looked-for treat. If they get a massage after the event, they will try their very best to win. My massage techniques come from experience throughout my life. I've been massaging people for over several years, coming across many injuries and creating techniques to help many people out of pain. Ann Arbor Institute of Massage Therapy is the original school that I went to. They are a highly accredited school for teaching Swedish, myofascial, and neuromuscular techniques. I've taken these techniques that I have and transferred and modified them to the horses. They all love it. They go into the zone where they will lower their head, close their eyes, quiver their lips. Some even go to sleep and become a little tipsy, leaning toward my hands. They sometimes lean on my shoulders lightly and give me hugs, wrapping their head and neck around me. The oldest horse so far that I've massaged is 40, the biggest a Clydesdale. With a massage like this, they can now recover faster, have that deeper breath to give them more endurance, stamina, confidence, and strength. You can also train your horse to do better each time by giving them a massage after they do well as a treat. They remember and learn from it. Back to his rib cage, special attention is given between the ribs themselves to release the adhesions and knots so the rib cage can expand an inch or two. His lungs will be able to expand and give him a fuller breath. More oxygen means better endurance, strength, stamina, focus, faster recovery, and better health. Neck and face haven't been addressed on the video. They love it, and it's the same techniques, only much lighter since the neck and face are more delicate. More padding with long strokes along neck. And they will stand with eyes closed for their face. They love their lips and nose rubbed. Be careful around their eyes. Their mane needs attention too. Check for small knots and adhesions here as well. They will probably love you forever if you only do their shoulders, neck, and face. I've worked on some abused horses where they have been hit in the face and don't want anyone touching their face. After massaging their body, they will let me massage their neck and face, and this gives them a better experience, to let them know that they are now with people that care, since I show the owners how to do this themselves. The horse can trust the owner more and more with each massage. I have not taken a class in equine massage. These are the techniques that I have come up with through experience and practice, modifying them as I go. Depending on what kind of horse, how old, what they do, and what kind of injuries they have. You can stop this video when it shows a close-up of my hands to get an idea of how to. This is set up so the horse owner can get a basic instruction on how to massage their horse just by watching this. This is also for anyone else to see what a horse massage looks like and how the horse responds to it. This is very cardio for the person giving the massage. You might not realize how much energy it takes until you sit down. Keep a protein drink or bar nearby so that you can eat this right after working. This is what I suggest from experience. The 40-year-old horse that I massaged was at Hugs to Horses. This was a nonprofit where they rescue horses, rehab them, and adopt them to good families. This is a very good place to donate if you're interested. They have a website. I started out massaging horses just to see if I could, and for trades for rides. So many were interested. The first massage was on a 19-year-old saddlebred with many issues and back pain. He was used for teaching English saddle, so the beginners would often land hard on the saddle throughout the ride. He also had digestive problems, which we found out later to be that he ate dirt with his grass. They had the vet in for this. My massage helped him relax so that he could pass the dirt from his system. He also had injuries to his left hind leg to the point that, in cold weather, his leg would seize up and he could only stand on the other three. The knots in this area were huge. They felt like marbles. They melted as I parted and worked through. The tight muscles felt like huge tight rubber bands, which stretched and relaxed as I worked through very slowly, making sure not to harm him. He stood there quietly and very patiently, and when I got to his hip, he tipped it toward me so I could reach easier. He also lowered himself when I worked the top of his back, which I didn't notice until he had to stand up again, which I realized how short I was to him at the time. He had many massages and was quite happy. I volunteered at the 4-H Grand Equestrian Program, where they give rides to the children with handicaps. They have a ramp where the kids can walk up or roll up with their wheelchair to get on the horse easier. A lead rope is used to lead the horses, and volunteers walk next to and run with the horse. The kids love it. The horse here had issues. When a child would jump up and down on the saddle, the horse would reach out to the lead person and try to bite them to let them know she was in pain. She stood there quietly as she received her massage, even though it was her first time. It took me quite a while since she was 23 and had many issues and injuries. She gave 2 or 3 rides that day with no problems. Later I checked up and gave her a massage along with several other horses. Some of the horses that I worked on will change the way that they stand so that their weight is not on the leg that I'm massaging. Much like when you're standing on one foot with the other one relaxed, with just your toe touching the ground to stabilize you so you don't lose your balance. They can do this with their hind legs, only touching the tip of their hoof to the ground to stabilize them. They somehow know, if they relax that leg as much as they can, that I can go through deeper and clear more knots and adhesions. This happens even when it's their first massage, which is amazing to me. They can guide me to more injuries this way so I can address them and heal. The horse in this video here is Jack. This is his first massage, and you can see his expressions and how he responds. He does English saddle and jumps over gates and is in competitions for this. He favors his right side and turns, so the muscles in his legs are tighter on the right. My massage evens the muscles throughout so he can be more stable when jumping, have a more fluid type motion, gliding through the jumps. This is the type of things that gains more points in any competition and can make quite a difference on the outcome. At the end of the massage, he was leaning on my shoulder and giving me hugs with his head and neck, like a huge arm, wrapping me carefully and slowly so as not to startle me. This gesture is for a highly regarded friend, and that means so very much to me, since he didn't even know me or met me before this. This cannot be taught just by watching the video, but you can get an idea on how to do it from this if you work with horses on a regular basis. This is also for anyone who is interested what it looks like and how the horse responds. This is not to replace classes from an accredited school for equine massage. I can teach my techniques to the horse owner or their staff. If you are interested, you can contact me for hands-on, one-to-one, or clinics. I can also massage a horse for you. I can address many muscular injuries, but this is not to take the place of a vet. My fees are not quoted here as they depend on how many are interested in my techniques, how far I travel, and how many days of instruction.